Okay, I'm going to scrapbook a page using the sketch from Creative Scrappers.com, blogspot.com. So there's their website. And okay, and then I'll put you on fast forward, and I'm actually going to try to scrapbook 2 pages. I have 2 pictures, one of one ant, my aunts, and then another one of me and my aunts. But I don't think I'm gonna use the same sketch. Excuse me, for both ones. I haven't decided yet. We'll see as it goes. If I do use them, I'm probably just gonna rotate the sketch around. Alright, and I'm gonna put you on fast forward. Alright, I'm starting off this layout with splattering some pink paint onto the background, and then I'm kind of cut down my photos, and then I'm gonna cut down the other pages too, and I don't know what I was doing, trying to figure out to cut it. Then again, cutting down the papers. And I decided to put that black and white chevron background behind it because it just made the pictures pop out a little bit more off that black background, since most of that picture is black and there's a little bit of yellow and pink in it. And then I am going to glue it down, but then I guess I'm thinking about what I was going to do. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to glue it down. I'm going to put those Studio Calico banners down. I was thinking, I pulled out my twine, grabbed me some brads from my mind's eye, and then yeah, I glued it down, and then I changed my mind. I didn't like it, so I pulled out my foam adhesive tape to make it pop up just a little bit. So I'm pulling off all the backings, of course. Glue it down. Okay, now I'm marking on here where I want it to poke the holes for my brads. And I just did 2 at first, but then as I was stringing it, I realized I wanted a third one. So I poked another third one and put the brad in and strung the twine around. Then I pulled out those Studio Calico wood veneer banners, had them in my stash for a while, and I've been wanting to use them and thought this was perfect. And so I'm gluing down and trying to glue down the string right there to the top of those banners. And I'm just using my Scotch quick dry glue to hold those wood veneer banners and the twine. And I don't know why this time that twine gave me a little bit of difficulty right there. And sorry, it's a little yellow. I don't know what was going on with my frame. And then I'm just going to make a little cluster over here in the corner, and then I'm going to go bring it up to the other top right corner of the layout. And I guess I was looking to see, pulled out some tags, and I found a pink one, and then I had some yellow felt banner that I put in the other corner. And then I pulled out some more My Mind's Eye brads, place in there. And then, yeah, in that corner I'm placing another My Mind's Eye brad. I'm cutting off the edges. And I just had a little extra of that pink that I put down in that bottom corner. I put it up in the top corner, bring it up there to the top corner. Then now I'm going to use some Technic Tuesday stamps, some little hearts on there. And I just put them in the corners. There's nothing really fancy. I just wanted to give those little strips of paper. And I embossed it. Well, I tried with one. It didn't work too well. I don't know what happened. And so yeah, heat drying it. And this is the one that messed up. I don't know what was going on. I guess I didn't get it on there good enough. Ink. And then, I did the same thing with the other side. I used some embossing, and this side embossed. Cleaning it off, cleaning all the little scraps off. And I'll heat dry it too. And then I pulled out my titles, and I had a hard time thinking of what I was going to title it, but then I saw on that little brad down the bottom corner that it has a heart, had a little picture of a heart, and it said you. And so I thought, oh, that's what I'll put in the title. Also, I'll make my title. So then I pulled out my Tim Holtz movables, the hearts, and I just used that same pink pattern paper that I had used down in the bottom cluster. And so I had that little pink heart from those Prima letter stickers. And now I'm working on the other layout. And so I'm just pulling out my papers, what I want to do. And in that picture, there was pinks and blues, so decided to do these pinks. And then we use that blue background for the base, and then the pinks. And this one, I'm going to use the same sketch that I showed you at the beginning, but I'm just going to turn it 90 degrees. And so I'm just trimming down the photos, and I think in this one I made the pattern pieces matte, and the mat's just a little bit bigger than the other layout. And these were like 3.5 by 3.5 squares. And so then I was just pulling out some embellishments, just stickers, die cuts that I thought would work. And yeah, I'm going to use those stickers, so I set them to the side. I just didn't know exactly how I was going to use them or what, so I just put them to the side, but I knew I wanted to use them. So then I had this sheet that I wanted to cut out these little tags, and yeah, and then I pulled out my X-Acto knife to cut them easier so I wouldn't tear the paper or anything when I was turning around. And then this one, I didn't want to destroy it to get to that tag because it had lettering, and I made one, and it has that branding strip, and I wanted to probably maybe use that branding strip just in case, so I just cut it out with my X-Acto knife. So then I decided to tuck those tags underneath the different squares there. And just figuring out how to place it, and then I had this leftover yellow chevron, and I decided to make a big tag out of it, and then putting those border stickers that I had pulled off. And then I wanted to use those black, navy and white things, and then yeah, I stitched around the edges, did a zigzag stitch. Then I wanted to use these arrows, and I just used my stamp, and I embossed it this time again. And I don't remember what the stamp says. You'll see it in the ending video, or in the picture at the end. So yeah, heat them, drying it, and then I was going to cut it off that way, but then I was like, oh, let me cut off as the arrow. Just glue that down there in that cluster, and then I glued that. I pulled out the other heart that I had cut, and I glued that down onto that blue tag, and I popped dotted them so it'd stick off just a little bit. And then I added some brads to the tags that were sticking out underneath. I'm just using, again, some of those My Minds brads. And pretty much from these two layouts, I used a lot of the same papers I had pulled out, that I pulled to the side, and a lot of the same embellishments. And I just had that little extra strip, and I was like, well, let me just put it somewhere. So that's where it's at. That's where I got put. And now, yeah, I found that little die cut there, right there. It says what I like about you, and it has numbers so you can write. And so that kind of what I came for my title, but I changed it today, changed it to what I love about you. And the stamp there for love and you was one stamp together from Technique Tuesday, and Allie Edwards, and I cut it apart because I wanted to use the love and the you in two different spots. So I'm sure there's some people out there that would be like, oh my god, you cut that. But, you know, I just cut very carefully and made sure I didn't mess up any of the letters. So then, yeah, I'm just going to stamp it down in between the thickers there. And then I'm putting my stamps away. And then I'll journal. Okay, so here are my two layouts, and thanks for watching.